It's too late now. All praise to Yahweh, the Most High, our Elohim. Yeah. Yahweh chose us from the bottom. Yeah, we ran to a couple of problems, but Yahweh still got us. You got a problem, he can solve it. We keep the commandments. We teach our sons and teach our daughters. We pray through Yahshua, the only way that reach the Father. Yahweh chose us from the bottom. Yeah, we ran to a couple of problems, but Yahweh still got us. You got a problem, he can solve it. We keep the commandments. We teach our sons and teach our daughters. We pray through Yahshua, the only way that reach the Father. On a mission to snatch my people straight about that fire. On a mission to snatch the lamb out the mouth of a lion. If you notice he ain't in the fold, leave the 99. To save that brother or sister somehow we left behind. Should I leave the 99 sheep to go back for the one? I mean that's still 99 and that's more than some. Yahshua came for the lost sheep, let's get him young. He might be seeking a change like the prodigal son. Wise as a serpent, homeless as doves, that's how we played. Blocking these fiery arrows, strapped with my shield of faith. Many are called, few are chosen, what the scriptures say. Jeremiah 31:21, the ship's on the way, crossing the Jordan, still waters, we want no trouble that day. Matthew 7:13, enter through the straight gates. Broad is the path of destruction, but narrow is the way. Jeremiah 31, for the new covenant we shall wait. Hebrews 8, yeah. Hebrews 8, for the new covenant we shall wait. All praise to the Most High, Yahweh Elohim. Praise Yah. Yahweh chose us from the bottom. Yeah, we ran to a couple of problems, but Yahweh still got us. You got a problem, he can solve it. We keep the commandments. We teach our sons and teach our daughters. We pray through Yahshua, the only way that reach the Father. Yahweh chose us from the bottom. Yeah, we ran to a couple of problems, but Yahweh still got us. You got a problem, he can solve it. We keep the commandments. We teach our sons and teach our daughters. We pray through Yahshua, the only way that reach the Father.
Started from the bottom, now we heal. You already know what it is. Giving praise to the God of Israel. The truth has been revealed, even though a lot of men said live the whole world. They've been deceived for real. Read Revelation chapter 12. Time will tell who will prevail 400 year captivity. But we coming out of here. Prophecy been fulfilled. Gotta live righteously. Yeah, we'll see who is real and who will be out. Cause of fear, cause of doubt. Who will hear and believe our report. Time to resort back to the sword. Yeah, the mighty one through the sun. Fight or run, we gon' fight. If it is will, Ephesians 6:12. Yeah, we battle where the evil dwell. Hell is just a grace. So yeah, you know we walk through the valley of the shadow of death. Who shall we feel? Come on. Cause salvation is near, even though it's a war going on. Gotta keep marching on. This is for my pills. Either have the ear here. It's time to go home, for real.
Yahweh chose us from the bottom. Yeah, we ran to a couple of problems, but Yahweh still got us. You got a problem, he can solve it. We keep the commandments. We teach our sons and teach our daughters. We pray through Yahshua, the only way that reach the Father. Yahweh chose us from the bottom. Yeah, we ran to a couple of problems, but Yahweh still got us. You got a problem, he can solve it. We keep the commandments. We teach our sons and teach our daughters. We pray through Yahshua, the only way that reach the Father. It's too late now. All praise to Yahweh, the Most High, our Elohim. Yeah. Yahweh chose us from the bottom. Yeah, we ran to a couple of problems, but Yahweh still got us. You got a problem, he can solve it. We keep the commandments. We teach our sons and teach our daughters. We pray through Yahshua, the only way that reach the Father. Yahweh chose us from the bottom. Yeah, we ran to a couple of problems, but Yahweh still got us. You got a problem, he can solve it. We keep the commandments. We teach our sons and teach our daughters. We pray through Yahshua, the only way that reach the Father. On a mission to snatch my people straight about that fire. On a mission to snatch the lamb out the mouth of a lion. If you notice he ain't in the fold, leave the 99. To save that brother or sister somehow we left behind. Should I leave the 99 sheep to go back for the one? I mean that's still 99 and that's more than some. Yahshua came for the lost sheep, let's get him young. He might be seeking a change like the prodigal son. Why does the
Shalom Facebook, Shalom YouTube. Welcome to our history class. We are still in the law books, in the book of Numbers, chapter 21. But before we get started, does anyone have any questions? No questions? All right. Now, the book of Numbers talks about not only the law, but the journey of the children of Israel and the people that they run into. We read a week or two ago about some of the Levites want to intrude into the priest's office, and the Yahweh opened up the earth and swallowed them up, and sent down fire and killed about 250 people of the children of Israel. So it wasn't an easy journey in the wilderness for our people. It looked like nobody got along with each other, and Yahweh had put a stop to it. So what we're going to do is pick up a story here, the journeyings of the children of Israel in Numbers chapter 21.
Numbers chapter 21, verse 1. And when King Arad, the Canaanite, which dwelt in the south, heard tell that Israel came by the way of the spies, then he fought against Israel and took some of them prisoners. And Israel vowed a vow unto Yahweh and said, if thou wilt indeed deliver this people into my hand, then I will utterly destroy their cities.
Mm-hmm.
And Yahweh hearkened to the voice of Israel and delivered up the Canaanites, and they utterly destroyed them and their cities. And he called the name of the place Hormah.
Mm-hmm.
And they journeyed from the Mount Hor by the way of the Red Sea to compass the land of Edom, and the soul of the people was much discouraged because of the way.
Mm-hmm.
And the people spake against Elohim and against Moshe, why have you brought us up out of Egypt to die in the wilderness? For there is no bread, neither is there any water, and our soul loatheth this light bread.
Here they are complaining again. They still haven't learned. You do not complain about what Yahweh doing. So we don't know. Well, we know what it's going to have to take to get them to understand that Yahweh don't play. He revealed himself to the children of Israel, showed how he destroyed Egypt, and they still have no faith. So earlier we found out that because the children of Israel did not have enough faith to go into the promised land, now they got to stay out here in this wilderness for 40 years until all those people that doubted Yahweh died off. Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Numbers chapter 21, verse 6. And Yahweh sent fiery serpents among the people, and they bit the people, and much people of Israel died.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore the people came to Moshe and said, we have sinned, for we have spoken against Yahweh and against thee. Pray unto Yahweh that he take away the serpents from us. And Moshe prayed for the people. And Yahweh said unto Moshe, make thee a fiery serpent and set it upon a pole. And it shall come to pass that every one that is bitten, when he looketh upon it, shall live. And Moshe made a serpent of brass and put it upon a pole. And it came to pass that if a serpent had bitten any man, when he beheld the serpent of brass, he lived. And the children of Israel set forward and pitched in Oboth. And they journeyed from Oboth and pitched at Abarim in the wilderness, which is before Moab, toward the sunrise.
Now let's look at that verse again. In verse 9, it says, and Moshe made a serpent of brass and put it upon a pole, and it came to pass that if a serpent had bitten any man, when he beheld the serpent of brass, he lived. Now, the Mashiach said basically the same thing, didn't he? Let's go read it. Let's go to John chapter 3.
John chapter 3.
John chapter 3, verse 14. Read that verse. 14 and 15.
John chapter 3, verses 14 and 15. And as Moshe lifted up the serpent in the wilderness, even so must the Son of Man be lifted up, that whosoever believeth in him shall not perish, but have eternal life.
So what happened in the wilderness, when the people looked upon the serpent, they were healed. Mashiach is equating himself with that particular circumstance, that when the Son of Man is lifted up, the people that believe will have eternal life. All right, so he's comparing the two things as if they're doing the same thing. You look upon that serpent, you be healed. Look upon the Mashiach, believe in the Mashiach, you shall have eternal life. Let's go to Numbers, back to Numbers 27.
Good point, bro. You know I got to write it down, right?
Go ahead.
Numbers chapter 21, I'm going to start again in 10. And the children of Israel set forward and pitched in Oboth, and they journeyed from Oboth and pitched at Abarim in the wilderness, which is before Moab, toward the sun rising. From thence they removed and pitched in the valley of Zared. From thence they removed and pitched on the other side of Arnon, which is in the wilderness that cometh out of the coast of the Amorites. For Arnon is the border of Moab, between Moab and the Amorites. Wherefore it is said in the book of the wars of Yahweh, what he did in the Red Sea and in the brooks of Arnon, and at the stream of the brook that goeth down to the dwelling of Ar, and lieth upon the border of Moab.
Now it says in verse 14, wherefore it is said in the book of the wars of Yahweh, what he did in the Red Sea and in the brooks of Arnon, and at the new stream, and at the stream of the brook that goes down to the dwelling of Ar, that lieth upon the border of Moab. So where are the books of the wars of Yahweh? So see, there are other books that have been written, but they're not stand the test of time.
Right.
So this is what Yahweh left us with, the law and the prophets and historical books and the wisdom book. But this book here, among other books that they mentioned, we don't know whatever happened to it. But this is a book of the wars of Yahweh. Go ahead,
Uh, Numbers chapter 21, verse 16. And from thence they went to Beer. That is the well whereof Yahweh spake unto Moshe, gather the people together, and I will give them water. Then Israel sang this song, Spring up, O well, sing ye unto it. The princes digged the well, the nobles of the people digged it by the direction of the lawgiver with their staves. And from the wilderness they went to Mattanah, and from Mattanah to Nehaliel, and from Nehaliel to Bamoth, and from Bamoth in the valley that is in the country of Moab, to the top of Pisgah, which looketh toward Jeshimon.
Now, there's something we must not overlook, and that is the power of singing. When they came out of Egypt and the Egyptians came out after them, they came upon the Red Sea. They crossed the Red Sea. Yahweh parted the waters. But when the Egyptians got in the Red Sea, he closed it up on them, and they sang a song of praise to Yahweh. So we see the power of singing cause things to happen, depending on what you're singing about. Like in this instance here, in verse 17, it says, Then Israel sang this song, Spring up, O well, sing you unto it. So again, there's something powerful about singing. I remember now the prophets used to sing, but I can't find anywhere in the Gospels and the epistles that the disciples sang, except for that time they were at the last Passover. They sang a hymn, but they didn't say nothing like we have here. So you got to wonder, did they stop singing back during the time of the Mashiach and the apostles? Because they sang all the time about the scriptures, and things happen. And we don't speak Hebrew no more, but we still do sing.
So let me ask you something, Elder. They stopped singing, but we know about it in America. But when our people, I wonder when our people scattered all in Africa, especially when they were down there in Egypt, the salt mines for what, 1600 years. What did they do in singing? Now the slave, we knew the slave, they sang they butts off.
They were singing from the heart too.
Yeah, oh yeah, no doubt.
Because of the hardship they were going
Mm-hmm.
through. So that might have moved these white people to let us go.
And they were singing in codes too, right?
Yeah, they were singing Swing Low, Sweet Chariot.
Yeah, a lot of time they were singing, they were getting ready to make their move
Right.
off them plantations.
Right.
Yeah.
Wade in the Water.
Mm-hmm.
That's a cool song. So our fathers had a way of communicating with each other through song.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the importance of singing, especially when we see what happens when our fathers sang and when the prophets sang the prophecy to the children of Israel. Things happen. So what we have here, though, is Islam being a contradiction in Yahweh, yet still they say Allah and Yahweh the same thing. No, in Islam, it's against the law to sing.
Mm-hmm.
It's against the law to listen to music.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they encourage us to sing praise to Yahweh. They say in the book of Psalms, they say, sing unto Yahweh a new song.
Mm.
Right? So there's always a lot of singing among the children of Israel. See, now I think it does say that the angels sang somewhere. I'm trying to remember exactly where they sang at when the morning stars. That's in the book of Job.
Mm.
Yeah. So yeah, they sang too. Well, go ahead, Brother Stephanie.
Numbers chapter 21, verse 21. And Israel sent messengers unto Sihon, king of the Amorites, saying, let me pass through thy land. We will not turn into the fields or into the vineyard. We will not drink of the waters of the well, but we will go along by the king's highway until we be past thy borders. And Sihon would not suffer Israel to pass through his border, but Sihon gathered all his people together and went out against Israel into the wilderness, and he came to Jahaz and fought against Israel. And Israel smote him with the edge of the sword and possessed his land from Arnon unto Jabbok, even unto the children of Ammon, for the border of the children of Ammon was strong. And Israel took all these cities, and Israel dwelt in all the cities of the Amorites, in Heshbon and in all the villages thereof. For Heshbon was the city of Sihon, the king of the Amorites, who had fought against the former king of Moab and taken all his land out of his hand, even unto Arnon.
See, that's how you get land. You take it.
Right.
You don't negotiate with it, with the people of the land. You come in and take the land yourself. That's what America did with white folks did with America. They took this land from the Indians. People get upset and say, "Well, y'all are immigrants too." No, white people are conquerors. They conquered the bad boy. You can't take that from them. You're trying to make them feel bad. No, this is how land is acquired. You take it. You don't negotiate with it. You don't try to make no peace with it. You come in and jack it. Simple as that. Same thing got to happen with us. Now, we see that they're still in the wilderness at this. And they're trying to get along with people on the way. And as you can see, Sihon ain't listening to them about to attack them, right? Now, let's look at these days. We got to go through the same thing. We got to go to some African countries, and we may have to ask them permission to go through their land.
Mm-hmm.
But in this case here, we have the children of Israel are armed. They got swords and spears, right? You got something to fight with. So it's Sihon and his people, they had something to fight with, but we're going to have something to fight with. Because you can't have a whole bunch of million Judites out there with AK-47, man. I think they kind of line themselves with the Hebrew Israelites. These people down at Stone Mountain one year, all of them in black fatigue. I don't know if you remember this, but they were marching, doing something with guns, and one of them shot the other.
Mm-hmm.
So that was just here. So again, they shouldn't have had them guns out. They had them take rapid fire guns, and there's one of them went off and hit somebody. So what are we going to fight with when it's our turn to go through the same situation our father going through here? Again, they were armed when they came out of Egypt, so they had the same swords and spears. So they fought and they beat Sihon and took his land. So what are we going to fight with?
Guns.
Where are you going to get them from?
Oh, yeah. Mine's coming with me.
You gonna hide them with this?
We go to boat, who gonna stop us? I mean, I'm just like, and I might be wrong, but I look at when we leave, ain't nobody finna be doing no customs check and what, because everybody destroyed, everybody's piling up out of here, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Piling up out of here, so they're not gonna be doing those security checks. Security trying to get up out of here too.
Yeah, I know, but it's an interesting comparison,
Right.
and that we may have to go through the same thing when we leave here and go through Africa. Not that we're gonna conquer any African lands, but we got to go through their lands to get to the wilderness, just as well. And that's what they're doing here. They're in the wilderness at this point. They haven't come into Jericho yet. Yeah.
And some African countries, and even the lands that the wilderness is in and around, there are some strong, devout Muslim countries, you know what I mean? And they don't like anything that ain't Muslim. They're devout. Some African countries and around the wilderness, they're devout Muslims. And you know how the Muslims are.
Yeah. And they know about us.
Right.
But you got to keep in mind what the things that Yahweh can do. Now, when you see a whole bunch of us at one time marching in the same direction, yeah, you might want to think twice about attacking us, because what can happen is Yahweh can turn them against each other,
Right.
and won't come nowhere near us. Or Yahweh can put the fear of us in them so they don't try anything with us. Yahweh got this thing already figured out, and we're worried about how we're gonna make it through this. Yahweh got it already figured out. So we got examples of him doing these things to Israel's enemies, make them turn against each other, make them fear the children of Israel. So same thing happened to us. Yeah, man.
So, Elder, on that subject, I pose this question to my Israelite brothers that say America is their land. So, how do you, I'm putting that out because I know somebody listening to it. How do you pose, so how are you going to take this land? Now, like you say, you got the most powerful military that's ever been in the history of mankind over here in daughter Babylon because of us. These people are very powerful.
Yeah.
But they say this their land, and I've asked people, I say, well, how are you going to take? Nobody told me yet. Now, one guy told me, he said, well, we're not going to take anything. White people just going to drop dead. Well, you're going to be waiting a long time still because there's over 250 million white people in this land. You're going to be waiting a minute.
Yeah.
You waiting on all them folks going to drop dead.
Yeah.
So I'm just wondering, nobody told me yet. I said, okay, I give you that. America's your land. How you going to take it back?
Yeah. What's the battle plan?
Because like you say, brothers got all these assault weapons. They go to these stores and buy all. I seen a brother with something I ain't never seen, but we don't have a standing army. And like you say, before the whole deal over, we'll be killing each other.
Yeah. See, we're not soldiers, and we don't train to be soldiers. Black people don't train to be soldiers. And who would lead such an endeavor to take over America? You got to have one leader, just like you have with George Washington, and you have with all the presidents that came after him. You have to have one leader, somebody to fall behind and support. Who black people support in taking over America?
Well, like I say, we're jealous people.
Mm-hmm.
Even at that, I've watched some people on my job. They hired him. We had a plant manager. He was a military man, so if he needed some help and somebody came out there from the military, we hired him right off the rip.
Mm-hmm.
But I look at the mannerism of Jake. I say, brother, you really been in the military? I said, I can't believe that. You know, they just didn't have that mannerism or that discipline of being a military kind of person.
Mm-hmm.
I say, I wonder what were they doing? Why they was in the military? Because they didn't display any kind of discipline, and 2 or 3 of them got fired.
What branch of the military we talking about?
Army. Okay, you know.
Yeah. You gotta look at the Marines, man. The Marines,
Yeah.
ain't no slackers in the Marines, bro. They all straight up. What you call them? Not roughnecks. Leathernecks.
Yeah.
The Marines. Now them they tight. They wear their uniform tight, and they march tight, and they got that military mind. And brothers, the Marines,
Mm-hmm.
they got very disciplined minds, man.
Yeah.
So now that could be one of the things that we could use out there in that wilderness. But we'll have to see. Because it said the saints shall take the kingdom. It didn't say the Marines gonna take the kingdom.
Well, like I say, we'll have that great leader and commander out there, Dawid. So I guess we'll have time to get our act together before we get in the land, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna be a lot of purging out there. So our mind's gonna change by the time all that thing's over. We're not gonna be the type of people who are now. So go ahead, Brother.
Numbers chapter 21. I started verse 26 again. But Heshbon was the city of Sihon, the king of the Amorites, who had fought against the former king of Moab and taken all his land out of his hand, even unto Arnon. Wherefore they that speak in Proverbs say, Come into Heshbon, let the city of Sihon be built and prepared. For there is a fire going out of Heshbon, a flame from the city of Sihon. It hath consumed our Moab and the masters of the high places of Arnon. Woe to thee, Moab! Thou art undone, O people of Chemosh. He hath given his sons that escaped and his daughters into captivity unto Sihon, king of the Amorites. We have shot at them. Heshbon is perished even unto Dibon, and we have laid them waste even unto Nophah, which reaches unto Medeba. Thus Israel dwelt in the land of the Amorites.
Mm-hmm.
And Moshe sent to spy Jahazer, and they took the villages thereof and drove out the Amorites that were there. And they turned and went up by the way of Bashan, and Og, the king of Bashan, went out against them, he and all his people, to the battle at Edrei. And Yahweh said unto Moshe, Fear him not, for I have delivered him into thy hand and all his people and his land, and thou shalt do to him as thou didst unto Sihon, king of the Amorites, which dwelt at Heshbon. So they smote him and his sons and all his people until there was none left him alive, and they possessed his land.
You got to wonder the land that they just took from Og, king of Bashan, and Sihon, Og, king of the Amorites, and Sihon, king of Bashan. That's not part of the promised land, though.
Yeah,
but they're in their land. They occupy their land.
Yeah,
You saw that too?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. So how did they work that out? Because the proper Israel proper, they all divided it up into tribes. So which tribe got these lands?
I thought it was a 3-tribe state on the other side.
So you think
Gad and the half tribe of Manasseh.
So are we saying that there's more territory to Israel than what we see on the map?
I mean, I would think so because this the land that Reuben, Gad, and the half-tribe of Manasseh took over, right?
I believe it is. That's on the other side of Jordan.
Right.
Right. So yeah, and it doesn't say so, but eventually when it's trying to go to land, they're gonna want it to these land because it's good for cattle. So, but that again is over on the other side of Jordan. Right. Go ahead for a second.
Numbers chapter 22, verse 1. And the children of Israel set forward and pitched in the plains of Moab on this side Jordan by Jericho. And Balak the son of Zippor saw all that Israel had done to the Amorites. And Moab was sore afraid of the people because they were many. And Moab was distressed because of the children of Israel. And Moab said unto the elders of Midian, now shall this company lick up all that are round about us, as the ox licketh up the grass of the field. And Balak the son of Zippor was king of the Moabites at that time. He sent messengers, therefore, unto Balaam the son of Beor to Pethor, which is by the river of the land of the children of his people, to call him, saying, behold, there is a people come out from Egypt. Behold, they cover the face of the earth, and they abide over against me. Come now, therefore, I pray thee, curse me this people, for they are too mighty for me. Perhaps I shall prevail that we may smite them, and that I may drive them out of the land. For I know that he whom thou blessest is blessed, and he whom thou curses is cursed. And the elders of Moab and the elders of Midian departed with the reward of divination in their hand, and they came unto Balaam and spoke unto him the words of Balak. And he said unto them, lodge here this night, and I will bring you the word again, as Yahweh shall speak unto me. And the princes of Moab abode with Balaam. And Elohim came unto Balaam and said, what men are these with thee? And Balaam said unto Elohim, Balak the son of Zippor, king of Moab, have sent unto me, saying, behold, there's a people come out of Egypt, which covereth the face of the earth. Come now, curse me them. Perhaps I shall be able to overcome them and drive them out. And Elohim said unto Balaam, thou shalt not go with them. Thou shalt not curse the people, for they are blessed. And Balaam rose up in the morning and said unto the princes of Balak, get you into your land, for Yahweh refuses to give me leave to go with you. And the princes of Moab rose up, and they went to Balak and said, Balaam refuses to come with us. And Balak sent yet again princes more and more honorable than they. And they came to Balaam and said to him, thus saith Balak the son of Zippor, let nothing, I pray thee, hinder thee from coming unto me. For I will promote thee unto very great honor, and I will do whatsoever thou sayest unto me. Come therefore, I pray thee, curse me this people. And Balaam answered and said unto the servants of Balak, if Balak would give me his house full of silver and gold, I cannot go beyond the word of Yahweh, my God, to do less or more. Now therefore I pray you, tarry you also here this night, that I may know what Yahweh will say unto me more. And Elohim came unto Balaam at night and said unto him, if the men come to call thee, rise up and go with them, but yet the word which I shall say unto thee, that shalt thou do. And Balaam rose up in the morning and saddled his ass and went with the princes of Moab. And Elohim's anger was kindled because he went. And the angel of Yahweh stood in the way for an adversary against him. Now he was riding upon his ass, and two servants were with him.
Mm-hmm.
And the ass saw the angel of Yahweh standing in the way, and his sword drawn in his hand. And the ass turned aside out of the way and went into the field, and Balaam smote the ass to turn her into the way. But the angel of Yahweh stood in a path of the vineyards, a wall being on this side and a wall on that side. And when the ass saw the angel of Yahweh, she thrust herself unto the wall and crushed Balaam's foot against the wall, and he smote her again.
Mm-hmm.
And the angel of Yahweh went further and stood in a narrow place where was no way to turn either to the right hand or to the left. And when the ass saw the angel of Yahweh, she fell down under Balaam. And Balaam's anger was kindled, and he smote the ass with a staff.
Mm-hmm.
And Yahweh opened the mouth of the ass, and she said unto Balaam, What have I done unto thee, that thou hast smitten me these 3 times?
Mm-hmm.
And Balaam said unto the ass, Because thou hast mocked me. I would there was a sword in mine hand, but now would I kill thee.
Mm-hmm.
And the ass said unto Balaam, Am not I thine ass, upon which thou hast ridden ever since I was dying unto this day? Was I ever known to do so unto thee? And he said, No. Then Yahweh opened the eyes of Balaam, and he saw the angel of Yahweh standing in the way, and his sword drawn in his hand, and he bowed down his head and fell flat on his face. And the angel of Yahweh said unto him, Why hast thou smitten thine ass these 3 times? Behold, I went out to withstand thee, because thy way is perverse before me. And the ass saw me and turned from me these 3 times. Unless she had turned from me, surely now also I had slain thee and saved her alive. And Balaam said unto the angel of Yahweh, I have sinned, for I knew not that thou stoodest in the way against me. Now therefore, if it displease thee, I will get me back again.
Now, the question about this whole interaction is, why didn't Balaam realize he's talking to an animal,
Yeah,
and the animal talking back to him?
that you wonder about that.
I mean, we know Yahweh opened up the ass's mouth, but it never occurred to Balaam, I'm talking to an animal. He's talking back to me. She's talking back to me. So it didn't occur to him at all that was strange, that an animal was talking back to him, answering his question, pleading with him. Now that animal never spoke to him before. All of a sudden the animal speaking to him. But he doesn't question it. He's carrying on a conversation with his animal. so, so go ahead, brother.
uh, Numbers chapter 22, verse 35. And the angel of Yahweh said unto Balaam, Go with the men, but only the word that I shall speak unto thee, that thou shalt speak. So Balaam went with the princes of Balak. And when Balak heard that Balaam was come, he went out to meet him unto a city of Moab, which is in the border of Arnon, which is in the utmost coast. And Balak said unto Balaam, Did I not earnestly send unto thee to call thee? Why camest thou not unto me? Am I not able indeed to promote thee to honor? And Balaam said unto Balak, Lo, I am come unto thee. Have I not any power at all to say anything? The word that Elohim putteth in my mouth, that shall I speak. And Balaam went with Balak, and they came unto Kiriath Huzo. And Balak offered oxen and sheep and sent to and Balak offered oxen and sheep and sent to Balaam and to the princes that were with him. And it came to pass on the morrow that Balak took Balaam and brought him up into the high places of Baal, that thence he might see the utmost part of the people.
I don't understand why Balaam is not really thinking. Now he's the only man in town got an ass that can talk. He can put the ass out there and say, "Hey, pay me some money, see my ass." That was a money making scheme right there. And And he's already got a reputation as a diviner, right? So he can show people, say, look what I can do. I got to ask, say something, ask. Let's see. Oh, am I not your ass?
See, there you go. Well, there you go.
You knew I couldn't go on without doing
Yeah.
saying something about that, man. But he wasn't thinking. I mean, it just went by and that he could have stopped and said, I got an animal that can talk to people, and they'll pay good money to see this out. It never occurred to him. Go ahead, brother.
They think Yahweh put him in that state that he didn't realize what he was doing.
Mm-mm. He didn't think nothing was wrong with his animal talking back to him.
That's amazing, though. With all that whole situation, if an animal spoke to you, you would say, something wrong here.
Now I walk off.
Yeah.
If an animal starts talking, I'll walk off.
But even if you would think a person get drunk or high and they saw an animal talking, they still would know something wrong.
Well, yeah, that could be an issue. Balaam might have been drunk. You know, they couldn't drink the water back in the day. They had to drink wine. So I imagine after drinking so much wine, it just seemed natural for the ants to start talking. Go ahead, man.
Numbers chapter 23, verse 1. And Balaam said unto Balak, build me here 7 altars, and prepare me here 7 oxen and 7 rams. And Balak did as Balaam had spoken, and Balak and Balaam offered on every altar a bullock and a ram. And Balaam said unto Balak, stand by thy burnt offering, and I will go. Perhaps the Adonai will come to meet me, and whatsoever he showeth me, I will tell thee. And he went to an high place. And Elohim met Balaam, and he said unto him, I have prepared 7 altars, and I have offered upon every altar a bullock and a ram. And Yahweh put a word in Balaam's mouth and said, return unto Balak, and thus thou shalt speak.
This is another example of the importance of animal sacrifices. Because this side Yahweh, God's talked to the people. They offered an animal sacrifice on the altar, all of them had an altar. And somehow Yahweh responds because of the shedding of blood. This is a common thing back in the day. You can't imagine that happening now. But they're coming back, those animal sacrifices coming back to Ezekiel. But nevertheless, this is what they did. This was common fare back in those days to offer an animal because of some notable thing that happened. Like, for instance, Abraham, Yahweh told him to get up from among his people. He built an altar unto Yahweh, and he had made sacrifice because that was something supernatural that happened to him. So you got to make an offering of blood to that supernatural happening to Yahweh for showing such a great thing. And so we have the same thing he had in here with Balaam making sacrifice to Yahweh, and Yahweh responds to it. So it was a common thing and a necessary thing if you want to talk to your God. You have to offer up a sacrifice. Go ahead, Pastor. And what do you think? Look at we got a law on animal sacrifices, right? So Yahweh telling us people, this is what I want for this particular reason. Right? I want a young man, the first of the flocks, bullock. I want you to sacrifice those things. I mean, I want to have during the holy day, make sure you have a sin sacrifice of the kid of the goats, because that we're sinful people, so we have to. They had to sacrifice the kid of the goat to cover their sin, because now you're coming around Yahweh. When you're doing keeping those holy days, now you're keeping Yahweh. So you're a sinful person, so you need to sacrifice the kid of a goat. Go ahead, bro.
Numbers chapter 23, verse 5. And Yahweh put a word in Balaam's mouth and said, return unto Balak, and thus thou shalt speak. And he returned unto him, and lo, he stood by his burnt sacrifice, he and all the princes of Moab. And he took up his parable and said, Balak, the king of Moab, hath brought me from Aram out of the mountains of the east, saying, Come, curse me, Jacob, and come, defy Israel. How shall I curse, whom Elohim have not cursed, and or how shall I defy whom Elohim have not defied? But from the top of the rocks I see him, and from the hills I behold him. Lo, the people shall dwell alone, and shall not be reckoned among the nations.
Hmm.
Who can count the dust of Jacob and number of the fourth part of Israel? Let me die the death of the righteous, and let my last end be like his. And Balak said unto Balaam, What hast thou done unto me? I took me to curse mine enemies, and behold, thou hast blessed them altogether.
Mm-hmm.
And he answered and said, Must I not take heed to speak that which Yahweh hath put in my mouth?
Mm-hmm.
And Balak said unto him, Come, I pray thee, with me unto another place, from whence thou mayest see them. Thou shalt see but the utmost part of them, and shalt not see them all, and curse me them from thence. And he brought him into the field of Sophim to the top of Pisgah, and built 7 altars, and offered a bullock and a ram on every altar. And he said unto Balak, Stand here by thy burnt offering, while I meet the Adonai yonder. And the Adonai met Balaam and put a word in his mouth and said, Go again unto Balak and say thus. And when he came to him, behold, he stood by his burnt offering, and the princes of Moab with him. And Balak said unto him, What has Yahweh spoken? And he took up his parable and said, Rise up, Balak, and hear, hearken unto me, thou son of Zippor. Elohim is not a man that he should lie, neither the son of man that he should repent. Has he said, and shall he not do it? Or has he spoken, and shall he not make it good? Behold, I have received commandment to bless, and he have blessed, and I cannot reverse it. He has not beheld iniquity in Jacob, neither has he seen perverseness in Israel. Yahweh his Elohim is with him, and the shout of a king is among them. Elohim brought them out of Egypt. He has, as it were, the strength of a wild ox. Surely there's no enchantment against Jacob, neither is there any divination against Israel. According to this time it shall be said of Jacob and of Israel, What has Elohim wrought?
Mm-hmm.
Behold, the people shall rise up as a great lion, and lift up himself as a young lion. He shall not lie down until he eat of the prey and drink the blood of the slain. And Balak said unto Balaam, Neither curse them at all, nor bless them at all.
Mm-hmm.
But Balaam answered and said unto Balak, Told not I thee, saying, All that Yahweh speaketh, that I must do. And Balak said unto Balaam, Come, I pray thee, I will bring thee unto another place. Perhaps it will please God that thou may have cursed me them from thence. And Balak brought Balaam unto the top of Peor, that looketh toward Yeshimon. And Balaam said unto Balak, Build me here 7 altars, and prepare me here 7 bullocks and 7 rams. And Balak did as Balaam had said, and offered a bullock and a ram on every altar. And when Balaam saw that it pleased Yahweh to bless Israel, he went not, as at other times, to seek for enchantments, but he set his face toward the wilderness. And Balaam lifted up his eyes, and he saw Israel abiding in his tents according to their tribes, and the spirit of Elohim came upon him. And he took up his parable and said, Balaam the son of Beor have said, and the man whose eyes are open have said, he have said, which heard the words of Elohim, which saw the vision of the Almighty, falling into a trance, but having his eyes open, how goodly are thy tents, O Jacob, and thy tabernacles, O Israel. As the valleys are they spread forth, as gardens by the river's side, as the trees of line aloes which Yahweh have planted, and as a cedar tree beside the waters. He shall pour the water out of his buckets, and his seed shall be in many waters, and his king shall be higher than Agag, and his kingdom shall be exalted. Elohim brought him forth out of Egypt. He has, as it were, the strength of a wild ox. He shall eat up the nations, his enemies, and shall break their bones and pierce them through with his arrows. He couched, he lay down as a lion, and as a great lion. Who shall stir him up? Blessed is he that blesses thee, and cursed is he that curses thee. And Balak's anger was kindled against Balaam, and he smote his hands together. And Balak said unto Balaam, I called thee to curse mine enemies, and behold, thou hast altogether blessed them these 3 times. Therefore now flee thou to thy place. I thought to promote thee unto great honor, but lo, Yahweh have kept thee back from honor. And Balaam said unto Balak, Spake I not also to thy messengers which thou sentest unto me, saying, If Balak will give me his house full of silver and gold, I cannot go beyond the commandment of Yahweh to do either good or bad of mine own mind, but what Yahweh saith, that will I speak. And now, behold, I go unto my people. Come therefore, and I will advertise thee what this people shall do to thy people in the latter days.
Mm-hmm.
And he took up his parable and said, Balaam the son of Beor hath said, and the man whose eyes are open hath said, he hath said, which heard the words of Elohim, and knew the knowledge of the Most High, which saw the vision of the Almighty, falling into a trance, but having his eyes open. I shall see him, but not now. I shall behold him, but not nigh. There shall come a star out of Jacob, and a scepter shall rise out of Israel, and shall smite the corners of Moab, and destroy all the children of Sheth. And Edom shall be a possession. Seir also shall be a possession for his enemies, and Israel shall do valiantly. Out of Jacob shall come he that shall have dominion, and shall destroy him that remaineth of the city. And when he looked on Amalek, he took up his parable and said, Amalek was the first of the nations, but his latter end shall be that he perish forever. And he looked on the Kenites and took up his parable and said, Strong is thy dwelling place, and thou puttest thy nest in a rock. Nevertheless, the Kenites shall be wasted until Ashur shall carry thee away captive. And he took up his parable and said, Alas, who shall live when Elohim doeth this? And ships shall come from the coast of Greece, and shall afflict Ashur, and shall afflict Eber, and he also shall perish forever. And Balaam rose up and went and returned to his place, and Balak also went his way.
Now, you got to wonder who are the Amalekites today.
Those are descendants of Esau, right?
Well, I might think they just melted away,
Yeah,
merged in with other people.
yeah,
Because you don't have any people calling themselves Amalekites no more.
yeah.
So, but
That was
he have,
Esau.
uh-huh.
They were part of Esau.
Yeah, but Esau, we can't find. Esau had a lot of boys,
Mm-hmm.
right? So it's hard to tell which one of them are Amalekites.
They come with the Dukes of Edom, right?
Yeah, he was like a grandson, wasn't
Hmm.
he? A grandson or a great grandson, wasn't
The Amalekites,
he? Amalek, yeah, Amalek.
Amalek,
Grandson.
he was son of concubine of Esau.
You know what, Ed? Yeah, I can deal with that because the way he mingled his seed, those people not around anymore.
Well, he did have land.
Yeah, I know it.
So, well, given the prophecy concerning Esau, the Amalekites part of Esau,
Yeah,
they ain't here no more.
that's what I'm saying. But he mingled his seed on
Yeah,
down the years, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Go ahead, man.
Numbers chapter 25, verse 1. And Israel abode in Shittim, and the people began to commit whoredom with the daughters of Moab. And they called the people unto the sacrifices of their gods, and the people did eat and bow down to their gods.
Mm.
And Israel joined himself unto Baal Peor, and the anger of Yahweh was kindled against Israel.
Y'all should have no other gods before. They forgot that quick. Actually, in Yahweh's face, worshiping the gods of the Moabites. Go ahead, brother. Seth.
Go back what you said, Elder. You can't worship Yahweh unless he wants you to.
Yeah, yeah. These are his people.
Right.
These are the people he made covenants with. And he bringing them into the promised land. Look how they disrespect their husband by being an adulteress with somebody else's God. Let's see how Yahweh dealt with that. Go ahead.
Numbers chapter 25, verse 4. And Yahweh said unto Moshe, take all the heads of the people and hang them up before Yahweh against the sun, that the fierce anger of Yahweh may be turned away from Israel. And Moshe said unto the judges of Israel, slay you every one his men that were joined unto Baal Peor. And behold, one of the children of Israel came and brought unto his brethren a Midianitish woman in the sight of Moshe and in the sight of all the congregation of the children of Israel, who were weeping before the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And when Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron the priest, saw it, he rose up from among the congregation and took a javelin in his hand. And he went after the man of Israel into the tent and thrust both of them through, the man of Israel and the woman, through her belly. So the plague was stayed from the children of Israel. And those that died in the plague were 24,000. And Yahweh spake unto Moshe, saying, Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron the priest, have turned my wrath away from the children of Israel, while he was zealous for my sake among them, that I consume not the children of Israel in my jealousy. Wherefore say, behold, I give unto him my covenant of peace, and he shall have it, and his seed after him, even the covenant of an everlasting priesthood, because he was zealous for his God and made an atonement for the children of Israel. Now the name of the Israelite that was slain, even that was slain with the Midianitish woman, was Zimri, the son of Zelu, a prince of a chief house among the Simeonites. And the name of the Midianitish woman that was slain was Cosbi, the daughter of Zur. He was head over a people and of a chief house in Midian. And Yahweh spake unto Moshe, saying, vex the Midianites and smite them, for they vex you with their wiles, wherewith they have beguiled you in the matter of Peor, and in the matter of Cosbi, the daughter of a prince of Midian, their sister, which was slain in the day of the plague for Peor's sake. And it came to pass after the plague that Yahweh spake unto Moshe and unto Eleazar the son of Aaron the priest, saying, take the sum of all the congregation of the children of Israel from 20 years old and upward throughout their father's house, all that are able to go to war in Israel. And Moshe and Eleazar the priest spake with them in the plains of Moab by Jordan near Jericho, saying, take the sum of the people from 20 years old and upward, as Yahweh commanded Moshe, and the children of Israel, which went forth out of the land of Egypt. Reuben, the eldest son of Israel, the children of Reuben, Hanok, of whom cometh the family of the Hanokites, of Palu, the family of the Paluites, of Hezron, the family of the Hezronites, of Carmi, the family of the Carmites. These are the families of the Reubenites, and they that were numbered of them were 43,730. And the sons of Palu, Eliab, and the sons of Eliab, Nemuel, and Dathan, and Abiram. This is that Dathan and Abiram which were famous in the congregation, who strove against Moshe and against Aaron in the company of Korah when they strove against Yahweh. And the earth opened her mouth and swallowed them up together with Korah when that company died. What time the fire devoured 250 men, and they became a sign. Notwithstanding, the children of Korah died not. The sons of Simeon after their families, of Nemuel, the family of the Nemuelites, of Yamin, the family of the Yaminites, of Yachin, the family of the Yachinites, of Zerah, the family of the Sarhites, of Shaul, the family of the Shaulites. These are the families of the Simeonites, 20 and 2,200. The children of Gad after their families, of Zephon, the family of the Zephonites, of Haggai, the family of the Haggites, of Shuni, the family of the Shunites, of Ozzi, the family of the Oznites, of Eri, the family of the Erites, of Arad, the family of the Arodites, of Arli, the family of the Arlites. These are the families of the children of Gad, according to those that were numbered of them, 40,500. The sons of Judah were and Onan, and and Onan died in the land of Canaan. And the sons of Judah after their families were of Shelah, the family of the Shilonites, of Phares, the family of the Pharzites, of Zerah, the family of the Sarhites. And the sons of Phares were of Hezron, the family of the Hezronites, of Hamul, the family of the Hamulites. These are the families of Judah according to those that were numbered of them, 16,500.
Go to 7. Skip down to verse.
You want me to go and read, bro?
Skip down to verse 51.
Okay. I need that practice anyway. These were the number of the children of Israel, 600,000 and 1,730. And
these are the people, men that were trained for war. So you got nearly the same amount of men that came out the wilderness, that came out of Egypt. So you have about a little over 600,000 when they first numbered them. Now they number them again, it's still over 600,000 men. Now, what?
Go ahead.
I forgot what I was going to say. But go ahead.
So, of the 24,000 that were slain, who were they of our people?
24,000?
That fell to the plague.
It didn't say. When the Yahweh found it indiscriminate, because it might have been of all the tribes murmured against Yahweh. He just killed them all. He didn't make a differentiation. But again, Judah is still the largest of the tribes. Keep in mind also the story about when Satan got into David, and he numbered the people. And in both cases, when it comes to numbering the people, it was always Moshe and Aaron, the high priest, that numbered people. So we see the error of King David when he numbered the people. He wasn't supposed to do that. It was only supposed to be done by the priest, by Moshe and the priest. So that was his sin, but we never knew why Yahweh kept off so many Israelite men, though. He never found out. We didn't either. Go ahead, Brother Shepard.
Numbers chapter 26, verse 52. And Yahweh spake unto Moshe, saying, unto these the land shall be divided for an inheritance according to the number of names. To many thou shalt give the more inheritance, and to few thou shalt give the less inheritance. To every one shall his inheritance be given according to those that were numbered of him. Notwithstanding, the land shall be divided by lot. According to the names of the tribes of their fathers, they shall inherit. According to the lot shall the possession thereof be divided between many and few. And these are they that were numbered of the Levites after their families: of Gershon, the family of the Gershonites; of Kohath, the family of the Kohathites; of Merari, the family of the Merarites. These are the families of the Levites: the family of the Libnites, the family of the Hebronites, the family of the Malites, the family of the Mushites, the family of the Korathites. And Kohath begat Amram. And the name of Amram's wife was Jochebed, the daughter of Levi, whom her mother bare to Levi in Egypt. And she bare unto Amram Aaron and Moshe and Miriam, their sister.
You know, Amram married his aunt.
He married his aunt.
But again, Yahweh has cut that out too. We talked about Leviticus 18. It said you should not uncover the nakedness of your father's sister or daughter.
Mm-hmm.
So they can't, he couldn't do that anymore. The trigger leader could not marry within the family like that no more.
That must have been a tough aunt, bro.
Huh?
She must have been tough. He married her.
Well, I think he might have been getting out of hand, but had he not married Levi's daughter,
Mm-hmm.
we wouldn't have Moshe and Aaron.
Yeah, like you say, we weren't there, right?
Well, we weren't
We
there.
wasn't there.
Yeah.
We don't know why the folk were doing that.
Yeah, but they did that before the law was given.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
So like with Abraham and Sarah,
Mm-hmm.
brother and sister.
Mm-hmm.
Again, they did these things out of the innocence of their heart. They just did it out of love. So Yahweh had to structure that love. That you can't do this, you can't do that with your family members. Right. Now, I didn't say anything about cousins.
No.
But seeing what happened to white people, royalty, they intermarried, they call them blue bloods, they intermarried among themselves, and the treatment didn't come out too good. So you might want to reconsider marrying a cousin. Go ahead, Steve.
Numbers chapter 26, verse 60. And unto Aaron was born Nadab and Abihu, Eleazar and Ithamar. And Nadab and Abihu died when they offered strange fire before Yahweh. And those that were numbered of them were 23,000, all males from a month old and upward. For they were not numbered among the children of Israel, because there was no inheritance given them among the children of Israel. These are they that were numbered by Moshe and Eleazar the priests, who numbered the children of Israel in the plains of Moab by Jordan near Jericho. But among these there was not a man of them whom Moshe and Aaron the priests numbered, when they numbered the children of Israel in the wilderness of Sinai. For Yahweh had said of them, they shall surely die in the wilderness, and there was not left a man of them, save Caleb the son of Jephunneh and Joshua the son of Nun.
Mm-hmm.
Then came the daughters of Zelophehad, the son of Heber, the son of Gilead, the son of Machir, the son of Manasseh, of the families of Manasseh, the son of Joseph. And these are the names of his daughters: Mahlah, Noah, Haglah, and Milcah, and Tirzah. And they stood before Moshe, and before Eleazar the priest, and before the princes, and all the congregation, by the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, saying, Our fathers died in the wilderness, and he was not in the company of them that gathered themselves together against Yahweh in the company of Korah, but died in his own sin and had no sons. Why should the name of our father be done away from among his family, because he has no son? Give unto us, therefore, a possession among the brethren of our father. And Moshe brought their cause before Yahweh. And Yahweh spake unto Moshe, saying, the daughters of Zelophehad speak right. Thou shalt surely give them a possession of an inheritance among their father's brethren, and thou shalt cause the inheritance of their father to pass unto them. And thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel, saying, if a man die and have no son, then you shall cause his inheritance to pass unto his daughter. And if he have no daughter, then you shall give his inheritance unto his brethren. And if he have no brethren, then you shall give his inheritance unto his father's brethren. And if his father have no brethren, then you shall give his inheritance unto his kinsman that is next to him of his family, and he shall possess it. And it shall be unto the children of Israel a statute of judgment, as Yahweh commanded Moshe. And Yahweh said unto Moshe, get thee up into this Mount Abiram, and see the land which I have given unto the children of Israel. And when thou hast seen it, thou also shalt be gathered unto thy people, as Aaron thy brother was gathered. For you rebel against my commandment in the desert of Zin, in the strife of the congregation, to sanctify me at the water before their eyes, that is the water Meribah and Kadesh in the wilderness of Zin. And Moshe spake unto Yahweh, saying, let Yahweh, the God of the breath of all flesh, set a man over the congregation, which may go out before them, and which may go in before them, and which may lead them out, and which may bring them in, that the congregation of Yahweh be not as sheep which have no shepherd. And Yahweh said unto Moshe, take thee Joshua the son of Nun, a man in whom is the Spirit, and lay thine hand upon him, and set him before Eleazar the priest, and before all the congregation, and give him a charge in their sight. And thou shalt put some of thine honor upon him, that all the congregation of the children of Israel may be obedient. And he shall stand before Eleazar the priest, who shall ask counsel for him after the judgment of Urim before Yahweh. At his word shall they go out, and at his word they shall come in, both he and all the children of Israel with him, even all the congregation. And Moshe did as Yahweh commanded him, and he took Joshua and set him before Eleazar the priest and before all the congregation. And he laid his hands upon him and gave him a charge, as Yahweh commanded by the hand of Moshe.
Now in verse 12, it says, Yahweh said unto Moshe, get thee up into the Mount Abiram, and see the land which I have given unto the children of Israel, because he knew he wasn't going to make it, right? Where's Mount Abiram? What land is that in? Because he's spacing the land that he can't go into. But the children of Israel are leaving that particular area to go into the land, into first place they run into is Jericho. So where's Mount Abiram?
That land would be in the land of Moab and Ammon.
Right.
Yeah, that's right. Took me a minute.
Yeah, because we had run across that name before.
Right.
And the reason I bring it up is because we see where Moshe's standing.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, the geographical location of Moab is across the Jordan River. So he's looking toward the west. He's standing in the east of Jerusalem, Israel. So he's looking in the opposite direction, letting them know the physical location of the children of Israel before they go into the land, before they go into Jericho they coming from that area and crossing the Jordan River, as we're going to see in the book of Joshua. So that they'll be coming from the wilderness into across the Jordan River into Jericho. So at this point, Yahweh showing Moshe mercy about showing him the land while he's not even in the land. He never even made it into the land. Right? But nobody can find his grave to this very day. They don't know what he buried in Mount Nebo or buried in the land of Israel. Nobody knows. Even Satan done that.
That's right.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Numbers chapter 28, verse 1. And Yahweh spake unto Moshe, saying, Command the children of Israel, and say unto them, My offering and my bread for my sacrifices made by fire for a sweet savor unto me, shall you observe to offer unto me in their due season.
Mm-hmm.
And thou shalt say unto them, This is the offering made by fire, which you shall offer unto Yahweh, 2 lambs of the first year without spot day by day for a continual burnt offering. The one lamb shalt thou offer in the morning, and the other lamb shalt thou offer at even, and a 10th part of an ephah of flour for a meal offering, mingled with the 4th part of an hin of beaten oil. It is a continual burnt offering, which was ordained in Mount Sinai for a sweet savor, a sacrifice made by fire unto Yahweh. And the drink offering thereof shall be the 4th part of an hin for the one lamb. In the holy place shall thou cause the strong wine to be poured unto Yahweh for a drink offering. And the other lamb shall thou offer at even, as the meal offering of the morning, and as the drink offering thereof, thou shalt offer it a sacrifice made by fire of a sweet savor unto Yahweh.
Now, go ahead.
Verse 9. And on the Sabbath day, 2 lambs of the first year without spot, and 2/10 deals of flour for a meal offering, mingled with oil, and the drink offering thereof. This is the burnt offering of every Sabbath, beside the continual burnt offering and his drink offering. And in the beginnings of your months, you shall offer a burnt offering unto Yahweh. 2 young bullocks and 1 ram, 7 lambs of the first year without spot, and 3/10 deals of flour for a meal offering, mingled with oil for 1 bullock, and 2/10 deals of flour for a meal offering, mingled with oil for 1 ram, and a several 10th deal of flour mingled with oil for a meal offering unto 1 lamb, for a burnt offering of a sweet savor, a sacrifice made by fire unto Yahweh. And their drink offering shall be half an hin of wine unto a bullock, and the 3rd part of an hin unto a ram, and a 4th part of an hin unto a lamb. This is the burnt offering of every month throughout the months of the year. And 1 kid of the goats for sin offering unto Yahweh shall be offered beside the continual burnt offering and his drink offering.
Notice he puts order to his sacrifices and drink offerings, all the rest of it all. He puts order to them. He just don't come at Yahweh in the kind of way. He's describing what he's looking for when it comes to sacrifice. Because he knows that's what you know how to do. It's offer sacrifice. So he set it up in a system that on this day you're going to offer up these animals, and on these holy days we're going to offer these kinds of animals. You're going to offer up the meal offering and the drink offerings, and it gives you the measured amount of how much you're supposed to offer at that time. So he puts the order to the sacrifices. So you just don't do it any kind of way, like the rest of the nations. They didn't break it down like this. We got every day. You got sacrifice. You got the sacrifice in the morning, and offer for sacrifice in the evening. That's daily. Then that's not counting the Sabbath, nor is not counting the new moons. And we're about to read about the rest of these sacrifices that Yahweh has. And what he's looking for. He described what he wants brought to him. That's why you got the altar burnt offers always burning. But he said, "This is what I require. Not just any kind of. You can't do what the Canaanites did, or the Moabites, whoever offer the animals to their gods. This is the way I want your sacrifice to be offered up to me. I want you to do it decently in order. I want nothing but the best animals, the best wine, the best of everything. I want that offered up to me." So you got a system set up here. Go ahead, brother. Cedric.
And verse 7, he drinks, right? Yahweh drinks, right?
Yeah, yeah. I think. Let me see here. I think when we get up into, I think we already read it. Numbers 15, but the priest received the best of everything. And I think he got the best of the wine too. So yeah, you offer the wine on the altar, right? That's
Mhm.
like Yahweh drinking, right? But he's not a man like us. So he doesn't have a digestive system or doesn't have a mind that wine can affect. So it has it poured out on the altar burnt offering. But it also the high priest gets the best of the wine also.
That altar, that's his table then, right?
The what now?
The burnt off, no, the altar, burnt offering, that's his table, and so to speak.
No, that's the stove.
Yeah, but I'm saying, Yahweh accept your sacrifices, right? He smelled the
He
savor.
can smell the sweet
Yeah,
savor.
yeah,
Yeah. So he's you couldn't say that's his table when you're cooking at his table.
yeah. You can't have it both ways, huh?
No, you cook in the kitchen,
Yeah,
right? Then to bring it out to the table.
yeah.
Good try though.
Uh, uh, Numbers chapter 28, verse 16. And in the 14th day of the first month is the Passover of Yahweh. And in the 15th day of this month is the feast. 7 days shall unleavened bread be eaten. In the first day shall be an holy convocation. You shall do no manner of servile work therein, but you shall offer a sacrifice made by fire for a burnt offering unto Yahweh. 2 young bullocks and 1 ram and 7 lambs of the first year, they shall be unto you without blemish. And their meal offering shall be of flour mingled with oil. 3/10 deals shall you offer for a bullock, and 2/10 deals for a ram, and a several tenth deals shall thou offer for every lamb throughout the 7 lambs,
Mm-hmm.
and 1 goat for a sin offering to make an atonement for you.
Mm-hmm.
You shall offer these beside the burnt offering in the morning, which is for a continual burnt offering.
Mm-hmm.
After this manner, you shall offer daily throughout the 7 days the meal of the sacrifice, the meat of the sacrifice made by fire of a sweet savor unto Yahweh. It shall be offered beside the continual burnt offering and his drink offering. And on the 7th day you shall have a holy convocation. You shall do no servile work.
Mm-hmm.
Also, in the day of the first fruits, when you bring a new meal offering unto Yahweh, after your weeks be out, you shall have an holy convocation. You shall do no servile work, but you shall offer the burnt offering for a sweet savor unto Yahweh. 2 young bullocks, 1 ram, 7 lambs of the first year, and their meal offering of flour mingled with oil. 3/10 deals unto 1 bullock, 2/10 deals unto 1 ram, a several tenth deal unto 1 lamb throughout the 7 lambs, and 1 kid of the goats to make an atonement for you. You shall offer them beside the continual burnt offering and his meal offering. They shall be unto you without blemish, and their drink offerings.
Mm-hmm.
And in the 7th month, on the first day of the month, you shall have a holy convocation. You shall do no servile work. It is a day of blowing the trumpets unto you.
Now let me ask you, is that the next new moon we're gonna be doing now?
Yeah,
After this last one?
yeah.
So that'll be the Feast of Trumpets.
Always fall on new moon.
Okay. All right. You know who's doing that?
Hmm?
You know who's doing that
Might be Zach. I'm just messing with
You can quit mess with folks. Yeah.
you.
Go on, man.
Hope it ain't me. You need to find out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I asked you that on Saturday, God willing.
It should be on the list. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I got it. Go ahead. Let me see if I can find this.
Numbers chapter 29, verse 1. And in the 7th month, on the first day of the month, you shall have an holy convocation. You shall do no servile work. It is a day of blowing the trumpets unto you. And you shall offer a burnt offering for a sweet savor unto Yahweh, one young bullock, one ram, and 7 lambs of the first year without blemish. And their meal offering shall be of flour mingled with oil, 3/10 deals for a bullock, and 2/10 deals for a ram, and 1/10 deal for one lamb throughout the 7 lambs, and 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering to make an atonement for you. Beside the burnt offering of the month, and his meal offering, and the daily burnt offering, and his meal offering, and their drink offerings, according unto their manner, for a sweet savor, a sacrifice made by fire unto Yahweh. And you shall have on the 10th day of this 7th month an holy convocation, and you shall afflict your souls. You shall not do any work therein, but you shall offer a burnt offering unto Yahweh for a sweet savor, one young bullock, one ram, and 7 lambs of the first year. They shall be unto you without blemish, and their meal offering shall be of flour mingled with oil, 3/10 deals to a bullock, and 2/10 deals to one ram, and a several 10th deal for one lamb throughout the 7 lambs. 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, beside the sin offering of atonement and the continual burnt offering and the meal offering of it and their drink offerings. And on the 15th day of the 7th month, you shall have an holy convocation. You shall do no servile work, and you shall keep a feast unto Yahweh 7 days. And you shall offer a burnt offering, a sacrifice made by fire of a sweet savor unto Yahweh, 13 young bullocks, 2 rams, and 14 lambs of the first year. They shall be without blemish. And their meal offering shall be of flour mingled with oil, 3/10 deals unto every bullock of the 13 bullocks, 2/10 deals to each ram of the 2 rams, and a several 10th deal to each lamb of the 14 lambs, and 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, beside the continual burnt offering, his meal offering, and his drink offering. And on the 2nd day you shall offer 12 young bullocks, 2 rams, 14 lambs of the first year without spot, and their meal offering and their drink offering for the bullocks, for the rams, and for the lambs shall be according to their number after the manner. And 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, beside the continual burnt offering and the meal offering thereof and their drink offerings. And on the 3rd day, 11 bullocks, 2 rams, 14 lambs of the first year without blemish, and their meal offering and their drink offerings for the bullock, for the rams, and for the lambs shall be according to their number after the manner.
Go ahead.
And 1 goat for a sin offering, beside the continual burnt offering and his meal offering and his drink offering.
Drop down to verse 29. Because this is something, ongoing thing, something going on for 7 days.
Mm-hmm.
And they're bringing a sacrifice. So it's kind of repetitive, but they're all bringing the same amount of sacrifice to Yahweh. This is during the Feast of Tabernacles.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so it's like I said, it's kind of repetitive. So we're going to go ahead and wrap it up in verse 29.
And on the sixth day, 8 bullocks, 2 rams, and 14 lambs of the first year without blemish, and their meal offering and their drink offerings for the bullocks, for the rams and for the lambs shall be according to their number after the manner, and one goat for a sin offering, beside the continual burnt offering, his meal offering, and his drink offering. And on the Sabbath day, 7 bullocks, 2 rams, and 14 lambs of the first year without blemish, and their meal offering and their drink offerings for the bullocks, for the rams, and for the lambs shall be according to their number after the manner. And one goat for a sin offering beside the continual burnt offering, his meal offering, and his drink offering. On the 8th day you shall have a solemn assembly. You shall do no servile work therein, but you shall offer a burnt offering, a sacrifice made by fire of a sweet savor unto Yahweh, 1 bullock, 1 ram, 7 lambs of the first year without blemish, and their meal offering and their drink offerings for the bullock, for the ram, and for the lambs shall be according to their number after the manner, and one goat for a sin offering, beside the continual burnt offering, and his meal offering, and his drink offering. These things shall you do unto Yahweh in your set feasts, beside your vows and your freewill offerings, for your burnt offerings, and for your meal offerings, and for your drink offerings, and for your peace offerings. And Moshe told the children of Israel according to all that Yahweh commanded Moshe.
Again, you got to look at the logistics of what they're doing here, because they got so many animals on every day, right? And each day you have the same amount of animals except for the bullocks. They said it's shrinking down, but they cooking all these animals, and you got to wonder, what do they eat? Because all this is at the altar burnt offering, and they had to be cooking all day long. So with the animals, they had to bring them to the door of the tabernacle and have the priest cut his throat and drain that blood. Then you got to skin the animal, remove all the parts out of it, and get the fat off of it for Yahweh's sake. And then they had to seed the meat for the people. But that's a lot of meat.
Yep.
And what did you eat? And what did you do with the trash?
And they won't have.
See what I'm saying? These are little things that, it doesn't really address. It's as if they know, they figure that, well, we know what they were doing. No, that's this thousands of years ago, man. We ain't used to sacrificing. We used to dotting the I's and crossing the T's. How did y'all do this? And what did you eat at around that tabernacle? And what you do with the refuse, the bones and things that they had left over. It's a lot of folk out there. Yeah, but
Every household had to bring them from the land.
mhm. Or they had to bring that amount from one of the tribes, so each of one of those tribes. Because I'm still looking at a whole lot of meat, but that doesn't count the vows, the sacrifice that you make for your vow, and the peace of sacrifice, and the sin sacrifice, trespass offering. You got all those things that people may do every day, but they got to make an atonement for the sin, and they got to bring them up to the priest. And so he's going to be busy, because you got about 15 to 20 folk out there that sin against Yahweh, and they bring a sin sacrifice up there. And the priest got to eat sin sacrifice. Him and his family got to eat it.
Where that meat going?
Huh?
Where that meat going? How they gonna eat all that?
That's my point. You got all them sin sacrifices, right? You got the different type of sacrifices listed for the sin in Leviticus. So now we can't. We just read over 600,000 men. They ain't talking about the women and children. So they sin too. So if they sin and the men sin, that's going to be a long line of people bringing in the animal sacrifices. And like I said, the priests eat the sin sacrifice. The other people don't eat the sin sacrifice, but they do eat the peace offerings. Right? They eat it first day and the second day, but they can't eat on the third day, right? And it's sacrifices for your vows. So all those things, uh, I'm looking at how did they work that out? Was there a special eating area where they were going to take the plate full of meat? And don't mention that the vegetable with the meat either. It's just ate meat all the time. But it wasn't a thing where our fathers did eat meat all the time. They ate other things besides meat because whenever they ate meat, it was during a sacrifice. The casual eating like burgers or something, they might find a deer somewhere and kill it, but they didn't eat meat every day like we do. So the, they only ate meat during special occasions.
Yeah.
That's why they always kept a fatted calf at the house just for special occasions. When guests show up, so they always have something to eat there. So I could see them in their house how they would kill this fatted calf and roast it, parboil, however they did it for the guests, all right, and the rest of the family. Because a fatted calf, still a lot of meat. But we'll, the Yahweh will see for ourselves how that was done.
Didn't I think we read last week, who was that? Lot, Abraham, when those angels visited them, didn't they eat a calf in one setting?
Abraham?
Yeah, it was him or Lot. They, they were showing hospitality.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And they had a calf or something in one setting, then.
Yeah. Abraham ran and grabbed a calf.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
that's a lot of meat, bro.
For 3 men?
Yeah.
I'm trying to tell you, brother.
Well, the animals the same as today, though.
No, they probably smaller. I agree
Of
with you.
course, yeah.
They're small.
Yeah, these oxes and lambs and sheep, they was all smaller than what we got today.
It was tough for them. It was moving.
Except for them fatty cat.
Fatty cat, boy.
Yeah, that was a special occasion.
That's a party cat.
Yeah.
But just look at this. Now we know, just say a hog. Just say you had something like that, a clean animal the size of a pig. That'd still be a lot of beef to eat. Much less a cow or a goat. I mean, man, we're talking about a lot of meat.
Yeah, I know.
Man.
Yes, I guess you got to get there and see for yourself.
I guess that meat had to go through their system, unlike this red meat we eat. It kind of hang with us on it.
Yeah, it's like the meat we got today.
Yeah.
Yeah, that meat we got today full of chemicals.
Keep you stopped up to that red meat. It just don't digest, the system don't digest.
Well, we don't know. That's kind of meat they're talking about might be able to come through your system all right.
With them, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But us, that mess we eat now.
Nah, that ain't real meat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, go ahead, brother. Let's try to get through chapter 30.
Numbers chapter 30, verse 1. And Moshe spake unto the heads of the tribes concerning the children of Israel, saying, This is the thing which Yahweh hath commanded. If a man vow a vow unto Yahweh, or swear an oath to bind his soul with a bond, he shall not break his word, he shall do according to all that proceedeth out of his mouth. If a woman also vow a vow unto Yahweh, and bind herself by a bond, being in her father's house in her youth, and her father hear her vow, and her bond wherewith she hath bound her soul, and her father shall hold his peace at her, then all her vows shall stand, and every bond wherewith she hath bound her soul shall stand. But if her father disallow her in the day that he heareth, not any of her vows or of her bonds wherewith she hath bound her soul shall stand. And Yahweh shall forgive her, because her father disallowed her. And if she had all an husband when she vowed, or uttered out of her lips, wherewith she bound her soul, and her husband heard it, and held his peace at her in the day that he heard it, then her vow shall stand, and her bonds wherewith she hath bound her soul shall stand. But if her husband disallowed her on the day that he heard it, then he shall make her vows which she vowed, and that which she uttered with her lips, wherewith she bound her soul, of none effect, and Yahweh shall forgive her.
Now that's the authority of a man in the house. She cannot make a vow, and her husband disallows it. Now, you can take that to today's time.
Uh-oh.
Now, this vow to Yahweh that, Yahweh, if you do this for me, I'm going to do this for you. Right? Now, today you can equate that with a man and his wife, and she go out and buy a car without him knowing it,
Right.
and put them on car payments. Didn't give him a chance to say nothing about it.
That's right.
Right? So it's kind of like that the woman cannot do these things without telling her husband, letting her husband know. Right? That's how much power and authority that the man has in the household. And that same authority gonna come back. Y'all will when you get into the kingdom. You be doing the same thing. So your Ishai want to make a vow. He said, "No, I don't want you to make that vow." She can get mad at you because the fact that that came out of her mouth and the husband disallowed it means that she doesn't. That's not sin to her no more. If you don't say nothing after she went and bought that car, then she can't. You can't complain because you always got the last word. The man, the husband, got the last word in their house. That's something we have to learn, man, because they won't allow us to have the last word in the house. That's against the law.
Sometimes you ain't get the first one.
But you know, back in days of my dad and granddad and all that, it wasn't no surprises when a man came home or something like that. Because you know what? Women didn't have no jobs for the most part, unless they had, went to college. Only thing they could do is do domestic work, so they didn't have any money to buy cars and all that. That was good old days.
Yeah. Well, my mother wanted to drive, but Pop had one of them stick shifts, one of them.
Yep, up on the steering
Right.
column. My dad did too.
Yeah, that it was complicated for us, so she gave up.
My mother got so mad. We was in the car, and my daddy pulled over and said, "I'm gonna let you drive." And he did it on purpose because she had been begging him, "I need to learn how to drive." And she was skipping gears and everything on that car. So she stopped driving for a minute until my dad got it automatic. My mother didn't start driving till 1970.
I think my mother kept getting wrecks. That's why she stopped driving.
She was my mother was about 36 years old when she got her license. Was I remember 1970. She started driving.
Yeah, well, can't stop them now. Yeah, go ahead, man.
So just like Hannah, when Hannah was with Samuel, when she prayed for Samuel.
Right, Hannah. Yeah, her husband didn't disallow it. Right, so she made that vow to Yahweh. See, Yahweh, you give me a son, I get right back to you. That's all right with Elkanah. Yeah. So yes, Hannah did it the same way. Go ahead.
What was that?
We were saying.
I heard that. It must have been 9.
Verse 9. Yeah.
But every vow of a widow and of her that is divorced, wherewith they have bound their souls, shall stand against her. And if she vowed in her husband's house, or bound her soul by a bond with an oath, and her husband heard it and held his peace at her, and disallowed her not, then all her vows shall stand, and every bond wherewith she bound her soul shall stand. But if her husband have utterly made them void on the day he heard them, then whatsoever proceeded out of her lips concerning her vows or concerning the bond of her soul shall not stand. Her husband have made them void, and Yahweh shall forgive her. Every vow and every binding oath to afflict the soul, her husband may establish it, or her husband may make it void. But if her husband altogether hold his peace at her from day to day, then he establisheth all her vows or all her bonds which are upon her. He confirmeth them because he held his peace at her in the day that he heard them. But if he shall anyways make them void after that he have heard them, then he shall bear her iniquity. These are the statutes which Yahweh commanded Moshe between a man and his wife, between the father and his daughter, being yet in her youth in her father's house.
To show you that Yahweh recognized the man as the head of the household. And in so doing, he's made him the priest of the household to make an atonement for his family. I'm going to stop right here and open the floor for questions. Does anyone have any questions before we dismiss?
Not very fast.
All right. Let's see what's on chat. I have Deacon David on YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay. Shalom, Deacon David. Shalom, Brother Mickey Anderson. Shalom, Brother Hodiah Ben Israel. Shalom, Elder Hiram. Shalom, Brother Gregor Rucker. Shalom, Brother Yosef. Shalom, Brother Adrian. Shalom, Sister Susie Garman. Shalom, Sister Kendra. That's Adrian's wife. Shalom, Clarence Mark and Sister Yolita. Shalom, Elder Alahayim and Mother Malaka. Shalom, Brother Abraham Ben Israel. Shalom, Brother Malachi Israel. Shalom, Judah Lyon. Shalom, Sister Amelia Pennington, wife of Meshach. Shalom, Julius Brown. Shalom, Brother Eliyahu Ben Israel. Shalom, Brother Jimmy O'Moore. Shalom, Sister Shama Yam Israel. Shalom, Lonely Redwood. Shalom, Sister Melinda Curry. Shalom, Sister Rachel by Israel. Shalom, Mother Leah. Shalom, Hashim Israel. Shalom, Esha Yasharala. Shalom, Anthony Clark. Shalom, Brother Benaiah. Shalom, Vision Judah. Elder Preacher, if you made, what tribe was Amos from? Good question. Let's see. Go to the book of Amos and see where he may have come from. It doesn't really tell you all the time what tribe the prophet come from, but let's take a shot at this. Let's go to the book of Amos. Um, I'm going to pick this up at verse 10 to verse 12. Amos chapter 7, verse 10 to verse 12. Now, Amos is prophesying in the northern kingdom, in Samaria. All right. So what we're going to do is pick this up at verse 10. It says, Then Amaziah, the priest of Bethel, sent to Jeroboam, king of Israel, saying, Amos hath conspired against thee in the midst of the house of Israel. The land is not able to bear all his words. For thus Amos saith, Jeroboam shall die by the sword, and Israel shall surely be led away captive out of their own land. Also Amaziah said unto Amos, O thou seer, go, flee thee away into the land of Judah, and there eat bread and prophesy there. But prophesy not again anymore at Bethel, for it is the king's chapel, and it is the king's court. So we can, out of this, we can imagine that Amos came out of Judah, out of the tribe of Judah. That's about as close as you can get to the pedigree of Amos, because it doesn't really say too much more about him and the rest of, the rest of the prophets. So I hope that answered your question of Visa Judah. Shalom, repentant Judah. Shalom, Israel. Shalom, Tamika Wooders. Shalom, Jay. I have a question. Does the congregation believe that Yeshua is the God of the Old Testament or a secondary God And do you believe in Gentile salvation? First of all, we never use the word Yeshua. Okay, let's get that straight. That is something that the Edomites came up with. That's Aramaic. It's not Hebrew. Yeshua is Hebrew. So be respectful and use the correct name that we use here. Also, your question is, does the congregation believe that Yeshua is the God of the Old Testament? No, he's not. Yahweh is the God of the Old Testament. All right, it never mentions Yeshua's name in the Old Testament. All right, he's not mentioned in any of the Old Testament. He's described, but he's never named. He didn't receive his name till Gabriel talked to his mother Mary. So nobody knew what the son of David's name would be. Hold on a second. Okay. Okay, so now Yeshua is mentioned in the Gospels and the Epistles, but he's never mentioned in the Scriptures. It's not secondary or a secondary God. Do you all believe in Gentile salvation? Well, you got to read the story. All right, of Cornelius in Acts chapter 10. When the angel was sent to Cornelius, being of the Italian man, which means he was a Gentile, uh, and that was the first Gentile that received the gift of the Holy Spirit of speaking in tongues, and also who Peter baptized. So you'll find that again in Acts chapter 10. So the Gentiles have access to eternal life too. That's what that is. They have salvation to eternal life because Yahweh said he's God of all flesh. And when you go up into John chapter 10, you see the Mashiach say, I have other sheep that I have to see to. So the other sheep were the Gentiles. So yeah, they're going to receive salvation too. But I doubt if a Christian will. A Christian is idolater. So they won't receive that. Let me see here. Okay. I'm originally from IUIC, but through studying, I found out some things they were teaching weren't true according to the Bible. So I left. Praise Yah. Yeah, well, that's what I always say when people come to our congregation and they like what they hear and want to get baptized. I always tell them, check out the other congregations around the city and listen to their doctrine, and then compare that doctrine with the doctrine that we teach here, and that'll be easier for you to make up your mind which one you want to follow. So I suggest, Brother Jay, that you continue to follow us and continue to ask questions because I love questions. And we'll show you what Yahweh's given us. Okay, now I know that I think IUIC still call on Jesus, but we don't. See, that's all I got. But Alahaya Ben Yashir that's all I got.
You can go check out our website also.
Huh?
You can go check out our website.
Yeah, have you put it up?
Mhm.
Check out our website, Brother J 334, and you see what we're all about. We got TV shows, uh, we got Bible studies like tonight. We got this our history class. We have a prophecy class on the first day of the week, which is Sunday. So check out all that. We already got it archived on our website. And so you go to our website, you pull all that stuff up and see what we're about. Okay. I'm glad you check us out, my brother. Continue to check us out. Continue to bring us uh, questions about whatever you want to know about what's in this book. With Yahweh willing, we'll be able to answer it. So, thank you for joining us, Brother Jay. We talk. By the way, we have a sisters only class on the 5th day of the week, which is Thursday. You can reach them on Zoom. And we have a Sabbath service every 7th day of the week, which is Saturday at 1 o'clock. So again, those are things that we've been doing this for years. So if the spirit move you, come on out and fellowship with us. We'd be glad to meet you. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and shut it down. Facebook, YouTube. Thank you for joining us. I don't see. Okay, you say thank you. I don't see where I have we start video, stop video. Let's see here. Again, Facebook, YouTube, thank you for joining us.